If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Don't forget to download the Gamer Saloon app from your Android or Apple store. Go and win yourself some money playing your favourite games. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 47 of the Wolfsburg Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. We start with a not a home game, we're away from home. I just saw the W and instantly said home. We're playing an away game against Werder Bremen. Both of us have a W in our badge and we're currently 6th but not far away from the teams above us, as has been the case for the past 3 or 4 games. It seems that everybody above us, despite only being 1 or 2 points away, keeps matching our results. So we've struggled to catch them up so far, but we have been concentrating a lot of attention on the Champions League over the past couple of episodes, obviously taking on Valencia and Barcelona in the Champions League to get ourselves through to the semi-finals of that competition. So the league has kind of taken a back seat so far, and as you can see, we're playing a bit of a rotation side here. We do have a Champions League semi-final game in today's episode, so hopefully we can do quite well in that. But to start things off, we'd like to get 3 points here in the league if we can. Tolisso on the edge of the box is very, very foggy, as you can see. And unfortunately, the shot was well blocked by the defender from Javier Pastore, and we aren't able to take the lead just yet. On just past the half-hour mark now, actually, not long after that first highlight, to be fair. Their turn to have an attack now. Bartel's on the right-hand side into Johansson. He scored a couple of good goals against. This is really good football. Decent technique on that shot, considering the player was kind of falling away from it. But fortunately for me, it was a good save by the goalkeeper. So into the second half we go. It was quite a really close game, actually, this one with Werder Bremen. Maximilian Arnold not quite able to get the ball off Kroos. Fritz dances past one player into Bergfreder. He tried to use the same technique that his teammate used earlier on in the game by falling away from it, trying to whip his foot around it. Didn't quite get his angles right though, and that one went very high and very wide. Flicked header on here though, wonderful save by Benaglio. That needed to be made as well, because that was looping into the far bottom corner, and Werder Bremen were proving to be quite the tough test here away from home. So you can see cutting down the right hand side again, another brilliant cross, and very, very fortunate for me that didn't go in, although the man at the back post was offside, so had it gone into the back of the net, luckily it wouldn't have counted. But there were just a couple of minutes left here when it's time for us to have our next chance. Can we steal all 3 points with the last kick of the game? Manolo Gabbiadini on the run, drills it towards goal, but it unfortunately is straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. So a 0-0 scoreline is how it stays then and how it finished. A point from our first game in the Bundesliga of today's episode. We'll try and get ourselves 3 from the next one against Fortuna Düsseldorf. They're a side that haven't caused us too many problems in the past, but obviously you don't want to take any side for granted. They're not having the best of seasons right now. They are in the bottom 4 of the table. Not too sure whether they're 15th, 16th, 17th or 18th, but they definitely weren't above us in the league and weren't showed on that little graphic there. So starting a similar side actually to one that played against Werder Bremen, because the next game is coming midweek, and that is of course the Champions League semi-final. So we'll play the same side that played against Werder Bremen and hopefully just have a little bit more luck in front of goal. They're playing a similar formation to us, although they aren't necessarily as offensive, with those 4 midfielders sitting quite deep, and they've got 2 up top. So it looked like a 4-2-2-2, but I think it's more of a 4-4-2 with 2 CDMs, to be completely honest. Tolisso with the first shot well blocked. That was a similar case to the one in Werder Bremen game, where it was actually Javier Pastore who had his shot blocked. But then Werder Bremen went on a spell of dominating pressure, whereas here we're going to do the same ourselves. Chanalolu breaks past the defenders, has the shot. It's a very smart save from Rencino to palm it away. Then it was Düsseldorf's turn to come forward themselves, but Maximilian Arnold steals it off them, and then they get it back again through Gartner. Julian Koch gets it across to Schmitz, and then there's a man free in the middle there, as you can see. Standu, great first touch and a decent effort as well, not too far over the top of the bar from Stanchu, and Düsseldorf proving that if we let them, then they will cause us some problems. Chananolu again down the right hand side, trying to pick them apart at the back, but they're defending very well here. You can see a bank of 4 or even a bank of 5, and then the bank of 4 in midfield. Fakir gets past the man though, tries to place it in that far bottom corner, but Renting isn't going to let us score just yet, unfortunately. So we'll continue to try and create chances and get that goal. Tolisso out wide to Manolo Gabbiadini this time. Obviously going to try and get it on his left foot before crossing. Good header at the back post by Fakir. Unfortunately, though, can't get it on target. And similar to the case with the Werder Bremen header towards the end of the last game, I think he was actually offside. But still in the first half, by the time the next highlight comes along. As you can see, we're in stoppage time, top left. Iñaki Williams into Maximilian Arnold to Chanalolu, across to Gabbiadini. Again, going to try and get it on his left foot, but the defender blocked off the opportunity to do that by positioning himself very well. Kind of forced me to go on my right, so I did, and unfortunately, the same defender managed to get blocking. So expert defending from the Fortuna Dusseldorf back line, and again, brilliant defending as the goalkeeper got caught in no man's land, and sadly, there was a man on the post to clear the header. So as we head into the second half, we're still at 0-0. We're trying everything we can, though, to try and get ourselves a goal. But of course, we want to make sure that we don't concede at the other end. And unfortunately, the shot was straight at Diego Benaglio there, and it was a comfortable save this time around. So we are continuing at 0-0. Manolo Gabbiadini, though, driving forward. Fakir gets played through. Surely he's going to finish this, but no, it's a heavy touch. It just gets away from him and gives the keeper the opportunity to get out to him, to stop him from being able to get the ball past him. I've no idea what sort of pass that was from Fakir, but he's going to tackle it back off the defender. You can see how defensive they're playing now. As we broke over the halfway line, their entire defence was back on the edge of their box. Chananolu takes it past one of them, but can't get it past the second, and another good defensive block. 83 minutes on the clock now. We've made a couple of changes and brought on a couple of substitutes, one of which is Kelechi Iheanacho here, and he dances past the defender with a nice spin turn. Unfortunately, though, again, a great save. And then there, as we have like 10 seconds left in the game, just trying to wind down the clock by playing about with it, but the keeper passes it straight to Kelechi, and that is the most horrific of mistakes at the worst possible time, because it was the last kick of the game. As soon as they kicked off, that was the final whistle. So we got a 1-0 win thanks to that horrendous mistake from the goalkeeper. And to be fair, the result as a whole is what we deserved, but they'll be obviously exceedingly disappointed in the manner in which that they gave us that result. Now, as you saw Dortmund lining up there, we may have thought that that was another Bundesliga game, but it's not. It's an all-Bundesliga tie in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Now, Dortmund are a side that we've had an indifferent history with. They destroyed us in the first game of the Bundesliga season this year, but then in the next game that we played them in the Bundesliga, we got a solid 2-0 victory. Obviously playing with my full-strength side here as well, thanks to the squad rotation over the past couple of games in the Bundesliga. We were hoping to try and replicate the 2-0 victory rather than the 3-0 defeat, but we are away from home, so we'll have to obviously try and get an away goal if we possibly can, and hopefully more than one, but they're going to take the lead, sadly, as Radjan Angolan can't quite keep them out as the ball drops free from the goalkeeper's save from the initial header. So Dortmund have themselves a lead after about a quarter of an hour, so that put us immediately on the back foot, which meant I kind of had to attack them a little bit more than I perhaps wanted to in the early stages of the game, but we were able to get ourselves an equaliser thanks to that open attack, and 3 minutes later we were back on level terms. So I kind of went back to my counter-attacking plan for this game. I just wanted to try and, keep them out, and then if we could catch them on the counter and go up the other end and score a goal, then brilliant. But unfortunately, Schürrle couldn't find the back of the net there. Again, catching them on the counter, as you can see, they committed a lot of men forward, so we had quite a few opportunities like this where there was kind of 2-on-2 or 3v2, but Schürrle, again, can't get the ball into the back of the net thanks to a good block by Nevan Subotic. Into first half stoppage time we go. They're on the attack, as you can see down the left, into Derm. Derm's going to try and stand the ball up into the middle, and it's another one of those situations where the keeper doesn't commit, but again, just his positioning sense is all over the place. They just get caught underneath it. It's flicked on, and sadly we are 2-1 down. Royce has a chance to make it 3 from the free kick here, and he did score a free kick from similar range in the Bundesliga game where they beat us 3-0. Luckily, this time it hit the bar and came back out rather than hitting the bar and going into the back of the net. Though one more chance before the half is over. Brilliant save by Berkey down low. So we're still pushing to try and get the equaliser on the night and that second away goal, which would really put us in a strong position for the home leg in the next episode. But brilliant cross again, not necessarily well met by Schürrle, but Feghouli with the shot, another good save by Berkey. It drops to Morata, and his attempted drilled cross is blocked by the defender, and unfortunately we lose the first leg 2-1 thanks to goals from Ciro Immobile and Adrian. So we do have the away goal, and obviously, as we saw in the quarterfinals, away goals can be pretty important considering we got through against Barcelona on the away goal rule. In the league, though, we have dropped down to 7th, but still only 4 points away from Dortmund in 3rd with 3 games to go. But we are definitely now concentrating all of our attention on the Champions League, because obviously it doesn't matter whether we finish top 4 or not if we win that competition, and with this being the last season, it doesn't matter if we finish top 4 or not, and it would be absolutely fantastic to end this series with a Champions League win. So that's my main aim, but I have to win against Dortmund in the second leg in Monday's episode. So I will try my best to do that, but that's going to bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like, of course, if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed, and obviously all the social media links on screen are in the description down below as well, to obviously the merchandise store too, if you'd like to pick yourself up a t-shirt. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.